Hello dear children, Philomaths classes is back with a new video, and today's video is on class 12's poem My Mother at 66 composed by Kamla Das. So let's start. Kamla Das was born on 31st March 1934 in Malabar, Kerala. Her real name was Kamla Suraya, but when she got married, she changed her name from Kamla Suraya to Kamla Das. She is recognized as one of India's foremost poets. Her works are known for their originality, versatility, and the indigenous flavor of the soil. Kamla Das has published many novels and short stories in English and Malayalam under the name Madhvi Kutti. Some of her works in English include the novel Alphabet of Lust, which was published in 1977, a collection of short stories Padmavati, The Harlot, and other stories, in addition to 5 books of poetry. She was a sensitive writer who captures the complex subtleties of human relationships in lyrical idioms. My Mother at 66 is an example. She died on 31st May 2009. My Mother at 66 is a poem about mother-daughter relationships. It deals with the obvious fear of children that one day they will lose their parents. The poem goes like this. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. So once the poet was going back to Cochin from her parents' house. Cochin is a district of Kerala which is also known as Kochi. So she was on her way to airport. She was driving her car and her mother was sitting just next to her. Doors open-mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse. So suddenly when she saw her mother, she realized that she was looking like a dead body. Her mouth was open, she had fallen asleep, and her face had become completely yellow as if she had no blood, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. And that was the moment when the poet realized that she was as old as she looked. So the meaning of this line is that all the marks of aging could be easily seen on her face. Put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. The poet was completely distressed with this idea. So, in order to change her mood, in order to change her mind, she decided to look through her window. And when she looked through the window of her car, she saw that so many trees. It seemed that the trees were running after her car. You must have seen that whenever you are in a train or in a bus, it seems that the things are running after you. So the same happened with the poet. After that, she saw so many children coming out from their houses. They all were so happy. So, hereby presenting the picture of moving trees and happy children, the poet is actually trying to present a contradiction. She was just trying to change her mood because in the beginning she has presented death, stillness, dullness, but here she is trying to present life and motion. But after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her wan pane as a late winter's moon and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. Finally, when she reached the airport and the security check was done, she was standing few yards away from her mother, and before leaving her, once again she looked at her face, and once again she found that she was looking so dull and here she found her mother's face quite similar to a late winter's moon, as a late winter's moon is always in danger of fog and clouds. It can be covered by them at any moment. In the very same way, her mother is in danger of death. She could die at any moment. And this was the time, this was the moment when the poet realized the same pain that she used to feel when she was a child, because that was the time when she was so scared of losing her mother. She didn't want to lose her even for a second. So this time, once again, she was feeling the same pain. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. But in order to give herself a hope, and because she didn't want to worry her mother, she didn't show her worries on her face, she didn't express her fear, and she just departed by saying the words, "See you soon, Amma." And what all she could do, she just smiled and smiled and smiled. Dear children, I hope that you have understood the poem. Now it's time to discuss the structure, rhyme scheme and literary devices of the poem. You can see that the whole poem is composed in a single sentence by using commas in between to take little pauses. And you can also see that it is a free verse, it does not have any rhyme scheme. The first poetic device that has been used in the poem is imagery. You can see that throughout the poem, the poet is trying to present certain pictures through her words. Like, first of all, she has described the appearance of a mother, then she has talked about sprinting trees, happy children, and late winter's moon. Next is simile. You know, simile is a comparison between two things or two ideas by using the words like, as, etc. And you can see this in the lines, as old as she looked and as a late winter's moon. Next poetic device that has been used in the poem is personification. You can find it in the words trees sprinting. So running is a human quality. Trees cannot run, but the poet has personified the trees by giving them a human quality. Next is alliteration. You know that alliteration is the repetition of same consonant sound in the beginning of two or more than two consecutive words, and you can get this in the words that, thought. And the last poetic device that has been used in the poem is repetition. Repetition is the repetition of same word in a line of a poem, and you can get this poetic device in the last line of the poem where the word smile is repeated 3 times. Dear kids, it's time to say goodbye. I hope that you all have understood the poem. If you have any doubt, any question, any confusion, you can leave it in the comment box. I will try to answer them as soon as possible. So, bye-bye.